What's up guys, it's Buffalo Harley Chick and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something I'm super excited about, and that is camping gear. So last year was the first time I ever went tent camping, and it was off of my motorcycle, which is a 2021 Harley Davidson Sport Glide. And it was actually at Babes Ride Out East Coast, which for those of you that may not know, Babes Ride Out is an all-female moto camping event that's held on the West Coast, which has more events, and then on the East Coast, which is in Narrowsburg, New York. And I had such a blast going to that event, and I fell in love with moto camping. I just really like being outside, and I thought it was a great event, met a lot of awesome people, and I still talk to some of them even today. And that is actually coming up in just over a month. So what I wanted to do, obviously I am super beginner when it comes to camping, but I did get some gear last year, really just bought the bare minimum. I bought a tent, I bought a sleeping pad and a sleeping bag, and then just pretty much brought the clothes and necessities that I was going to need, as I was actually traveling to Rhode Island straight from Babes Ride Out. And then I had a battery pack. That's pretty much all I brought with me. So I did add a couple pieces of gear for this year, and there's still a couple more things that I do want to get. A couple of things I bought, I did buy off of Amazon, and I think for all the gear that I have so far, I spent under $300. So not a whole lot that you have to invest into something you may end up absolutely loving, or if you don't like it, at least you didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on the gear. So I just wanted to go over a few pieces. The ones that are still up on Amazon, I will go ahead and post in the comments below so that you can check them out. And then at the end of the video, I will show you a short clip of what everything looks like all set up. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the gear. So the first thing that I got, which I felt was the most important, was a tent. So I ended up going with a Coleman Sundome tent. It's a 2-person tent. It looks pretty big, but surprisingly, this fits in one of my saddlebags. So most of the gear that I have is specific for like backpacking or motorcycle camping. So most of the gear that I have actually fits right in my saddlebags. So my karaoke bag, I'll use that for all of the other stuff, clothes, toiletries, any other small items that I want to bring with me, first aid kit, stuff like that. So this tent is really great. Bought it on Amazon. I think when I bought it, it cost about $50. Right now, it's actually on sale for $39.99, which is a great steal. Comes with a rainfly and everything. It's a great tent. I had never put a tent up before, and it took me maybe about 5 to 8 minutes to put it together. And yeah, I really like the tent. It has a little bit of storage inside, and then it also has a few different vent points, which I'll show you guys in the video at the end. The next item that I got, which I actually left over here, is my sleeping bag. So this sleeping bag is a MallowMe Sleeping Bag. It was actually very, very comfortable. This again was pretty cheap. I believe this is still on Amazon, and it's about 25, 30 bucks, somewhere around that price point. It was the beginning of June when we went to Babes Ride Out last year, and I did not realize how cold it was going to get. It dropped down into the 40s, so it was pretty cold. This year I bought a couple other things to help kind of combat that cold, because it looks like it's probably going to be pretty similar this year. But this does have kind of like a hood at the top of it, so you can stuff your pillow or whatever you want into it so it doesn't kind of slide around. But the bag, I would probably say it's best for temperatures down to about 55 degrees. Anything colder than that, you may want to get a better rated bag. I don't remember what rate this bag is, but it definitely served its purpose. The next thing I have, which I love, is my pillow. This thing is super tiny. This is a Mountain Designs pillow, and it's really nice because all you do is just blow up the pillow. It does have suede on it, so it makes it nice and soft and comfortable, and you can adjust the amount of air that's in there. So whatever firmness you need the pillow to be, you can adjust that, which I think is great. This one I tried to find on Amazon again. It was not on there, but when I did purchase it, it was about $10.86. So again, nice, cheap piece of gear, which I really enjoy. The next thing I bought last year was my sleeping pad. I have a really bad back, so I was really concerned about sleeping in a tent. But honestly, between the pad and my sleeping bag, my back wasn't really all that bad. So I was really happy. This is a Vicupti. I don't know how to pronounce it. This is another product I couldn't find on Amazon from when I had purchased it, but still pretty good size when it's all rolled up. I didn't roll it up super tight, so it probably can get a little bit smaller than this. But the thing that I like about this sleeping pad is you do not need any sort of air pump. This has a square foot pump or hand pump in the side, so you pretty much just slightly cover over it, pump it up with your hand or your foot, and this thing inflates in under a minute, which is fantastic. So I really like that. The two new items that I purchased this year, specifically after what I went through last year, one of them is this Kelty sleeping blanket. It's actually really, really soft. I like the material. If it does end up staying pretty warm, this fabric does stay very cool, which is nice. And I think what I'm gonna end up doing, just to add some insulation to my sleeping bag, is I'm gonna tuck this into my sleeping bag. This, I still have the tag on it. I don't know if it says the rating on here. So it doesn't have like a temperature rating or anything like that, but I'm assuming between the sleeping bag and this blanket, I should be pretty comfortable, and I'll probably layer up on my clothes too. But it comes in a nice carrying case, again, pretty small. And the last item that I bought was a camping chair. This is the Ascend camping chair. It's a light, very, very light chair, and even the bag, you can kind of roll it up to make it a little bit smaller. This and the sleeping blanket, I bought both of those from Cabela's, and I think I spent around $90 for the two. So these are probably the more expensive pieces out of everything that I've bought, but they're really, really good quality. This has a weight capacity of 250 pounds. So when you take it out, it looks really small and fragile, but I sat in it, it was super comfortable and definitely very sturdy. That's pretty much all the gear that I have right now. Really the only gear that I'm looking to potentially get for future camping trips is a Stanley coffee press, just so I can have my own fresh coffee in the morning so I don't have to buy any. And then a Jetboil personal cooking stove. Those are really nice because they fold up, they're really compact, and they actually heat up pretty quickly. Those are a little bit expensive depending on how often you use them. You do have to continually buy the fuel filters, but it's not too bad overall. So that's all the gear that I have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a couple of seconds, go ahead, set up all my camping gear, and I'll show you what it looks like. So here is my little setup. We have my camping chair and my Coleman tent. We have the Rainfly on top. Again, very easy to go ahead and put this together. And then inside my tent, so we have a little stash pocket here. We have a stash pocket here. there is a little vent down there. And then as you can see, we have my sleeping bag. This is that blanket that I had just purchased, which actually right here, this is almost like a soft suede. So I actually think this is going to keep me much warmer than I originally thought. And then this is that pillow. This is fully inflated. Now the mattress pad does also have a small pillow on it as well. So it's really nice to have both the pillows. And we'll go ahead and undo this, which is very difficult to do with your non-dominant hand. It's nice if you want to have the door open. It does have these little tabs. So we'll go ahead and close up the door. Now this also does have a nice little vent up here that you can pull down if you do want a little bit more air coming into the tent, but it's a pretty decent size. As I had said, it is a 2-person tent, and usually what I do is I go ahead and set everything up towards the back of the tent, and then I'll use that corner or this corner over here to go ahead and put in any of my gear that I want to keep from outside. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my channel again. If you have any questions for me or about the gear that I have, go ahead and comment down below. If you did like this video, please go ahead and give it a like and consider subscribing. It's free. Anyway, until my next one, you guys take care and keep the shiny side up.